What is happening, y'all? Cowboy here, and welcome back to the final part of our preview of Lies of P. So, I had actually recorded this portion already, and after getting to the boss and looking at the episode, I noticed all of a sudden that I didn't have any game audio. So, not my first look at it, but to be honest, it's a demo anyway. It's okay. I'm going to be redoing all this at launch, so it's not a big deal. But quite a few of you mentioned that I needed to talk to the merchant to pick up the lightning hammer. So I've gone ahead and done that. On that note, a lot of people have been like, why aren't you talking to NPCs? Y'all got to keep in mind, this is a demo. We're going to be doing all this at launch. Dialogue's probably going to change. Stuff is going to be properly, have voice lines and whatnot. So it's kind of silly to spend a ton of time doing all of that now. We're going to be doing it at launch, obviously. But anyway, so I've replayed through everything up until now, because I got to the boss and then was like, oh, it's saved over all this progress. Oh, I don't actually have any audio. So yeah, I started off as the motivity build, the dexterity build, or excuse me, technique. So did that and then decided I didn't like the rapier as much as the regular saber. So we're going to be working with the saber instead. And we're just going to be kind of going through and doing the stuff that I would have done if, well, doing the exact same stuff that I did when I actually recorded it. Except we do have this thing now, which I do like. It definitely has me thinking that it's quite beefy, but the upcoming boss does electricity, which makes me less likely to go all in on it. And I love the cats here. Hear the cats? When I first got here, I was like, is my cat? Is my cat crying? I thought it was my cat. It's not my cat, but I thought it was. And we actually tried a, well, we'll learn about it in a second, but oh no! Yeah, I'm dead. We are able to customize weapons. We'll unlock that in a little bit. So, my first playthrough, I was rocking I had the head of the lightning mace, but I put it on the handle of the rapier, which was pretty interesting because I had the attack speed of the rapier, but obviously I was getting the oomph that comes alongside of this big thing, which was a pretty interesting combination. It ends up scaling off of the handle, so that particular setup was dex, and you could obviously do some funny stuff with it. I could have the greatsword slapped on a dexterity handle, and that's the thing. Not necessarily super effective, but it's a thing nonetheless. Let's go ahead and let me go over here and get this first. I think I get... No, that's actually progress. So let's go this way, go back, and I don't see it down there. It might be up on the roof. It's not like there's much to pick up. I spent it all on leveling up. I actually really like the left bumper and Y attack on this. It's like a big wind up, but it's like bonk. It's a heavy bonk on stuff. I like it quite a bit. But I like this as well. I like that the LBY is more of a buff, and the hitting Y is actually a separate maneuver.
I can't see a thing.
This poor lady.
Oh, for most people, this is their last stop. I'm one.
She wants us to go find her baby for her, and we do find a baby, but
she said the baby was at City Hall.
He doesn't work
Should
out.
We check it out? Oh, I hope everybody's safe.
Hello, Mr. Police Officer. I'm gonna bonk you. Ow. He's gonna bonk me back. Also, probably doesn't help. I've been drinking a little bit. Oh. Hanging out at a buddy's Cigars. Oh, God. Ah, I thought I had the stagger there. Certainly looked like I had the stagger. It's okay. We'll get past the policeman, though, and then we'll make our way up to the boss. Things all in one episode. Which I guess this is a good time to start talking about my general thoughts on the game and how I feel about it and the current state of it. So it's interesting because I've been, reading along. I've been recording these like the day I like each day I record a new part of this. So I've been keeping up with the comments of people, and I mean, obviously there's certainly a lot of Bloodborne inspiration, but there's like a weird, I don't know, almost anti-game sentiment I'm seeing around this. I've seen quite a few people that are like, oh, they're shamelessly copying Bloodborne. It's terrible. How could they do that? And it's weird because a lot of you almost seems, I guess the best way to describe it is it seems like you're almost in defense of FromSoft. Like this is shamelessly ripping off FromSoft, which I don't think that's the case at all. I think they've done quite a lot here to make this their own game. It's obviously there's a lot of inspiration from FromSoft and Souls-likes in general. But describe this as a shameless ripoff. I think that's honestly some of you. There we go. It's weird. It's just anytime I see people like hyper defending corporations, I always laugh a little bit because the rough truth is that FromSoft has no fucking idea who you are, and they don't really care if you feel they need their honor defended. Oh man, I'm probably dead here. Yeah, I am. Yeah, so looking at this, there's a lot of interesting mechanics that obviously have been inspired by FromSoft games. The perfect block, very reminiscent of the parry in Sekiro. The way that we're able to rally off a block, reminiscent of Bloodborne to a little bit. But there's a lot here that seems to be very original. For example, the customization of weapons, essentially taking blades and combining them with various handles to make a weapon that really kind of fits your playstyle. That's something that we haven't seen before in a Souls-like. It's something that I actually think is a really nice change. As we keep attacking, we fill up our healing, which I'm a big fan of that. I think that's going to be a little more hotly debated, but personally I think it's really cool. It's almost like a last chance in the intensity of a boss fight to get your health back. It's something that I think is quite good. Maybe I do need to pull you out. I do think the dodge needs some work. There we go. That's more like it. Yeah, that charge up, very big, very heavy stagger on that. I like it quite a bit. We'll pull this out. I wasn't a big fan of it, the police baton, but I'll show it to y'all for a little bit. It's a strength weapon. Very, whack, 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 whack. Just It is pretty fast, though. Found this pretty interesting, so we get this. There's a shortcut, but right after getting that, we have this, which takes us right back to the thing, so it's a better shortcut. Yeah, I'd say my impressions of this, though, I think this looks like it'll be a pretty enjoyable Souls-like on launch. I think it has enough of its own identity that it doesn't feel like a blatant copy, as some people would lazily describe it. So there's definitely some fun to be had here with the weapon customization and the perfect blocks. And I think the dodge is probably one of the weakest points at the moment, which I've heard that after the next boss, who I haven't beat yet, that there's a double dodge that we basically unlock. Yeah, that's not a big fan of that weapon. It doesn't really strike me as very straightforward, very simple, but ultimately not for me. Probably. Oh, this is fun. This used to say ACAP, like all, or APAB, all puppets are bastards, and they changed it to just purge puppets. Obviously, to just avoid the potential drama associated with that slogan.
You know what caused the puppet frenzy, don't you? You're their maker, practically their father.
Donkey.
You and the alchemist scheming together. Tell me the truth. What's your problem? I'm here for the old man. Get lost. Wait. I know you. Or more like, I know what you are. You're the devil's puppet. You can't sneak past me. Die!
So this guy is basically backstab bait.
You both, then string you up on the bridge.
It's like Dark Souls PvP all over again. Father.
Finally, we meet, son. It's a dream come true. Seeing you like this, I understand why some people despise me. I invented the puppets after all. But in order for me to do that, won't you help me?
So anyway, it gives us the Enigma assembly tool and the City Hall key. And we got City Hall, which then leads to the real boss. Yeah, this is interesting. So, with the Stargazer,
So about that weapon assembly tool you find.
we're able to go here, and this is what I really like. So, assemble. We're able to pick a new weapon. So, in this case, I could take this, for example, which I know is going to do blitz attack. And then for the handle, I could put on, this, which will give quality scaling, or this, which will give dex scaling. And I can see the scaling that I'm going to get based on what I use with the weapon. So if I do this, hit weapon assemble, I now have a brand new weapon that is combining two weapons. So it's a saber with electricity, and it's going to pull from each of those. So in this case, it has the electric buff, and it has the physical damage buff. Which it did not last very long. But yeah, doing it with the rapier, it was quite good. It was like poke, 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 poke. Very rapid application of lightning. I do like the electric thing. I don't really have the build for it. So I have a more quality build. Very, very interesting weapon. I think doing a Legion builds might actually be a pretty entertaining way to play the game. I don't know what this is about, but we're going to learn about that soon enough, I'm sure. Okay, this. And we'll actually run back real fast. We'll level up before the boss. So when you level up, you're leveling up the specific weapon head, which I found interesting. So you could level up a head, but have a different build. Pretty cool. I think I might actually pull, I don't know. Waiting if I'm, how much, well, let me combine them, and I'll take a look at my damage, and then decide from there.
I know my way around.
Put this on, back with this. Interesting, so in this case I would love to have like Rush Smash, but have that with Concentrate, or Storm Slash along with Generate, but I can't do that. In this case it's going to be Generate and Concentrate, which not as big a fan of that, honestly speaking. So let's see. My physical attack is 100 plus 19. You would be doing 111. You do have better charge pulse cells by quite a bit. Your Fable charge does go higher, and you have better guard reduction. Versus choices. The next enemy is electric, but I suppose this is a good test as any. There should be one more hidden moonstone. I think it's coming up. We'll try going full electric on the upcoming boss encounter. Really, more than anything, it's a test of whether or not I can, you know, even though the boss is electric, can I still use an electric-oriented weapon on it? And you're going to be CBD. So let's go into our advanced stat. I think my weight is good. No, I'm slightly heavy. I'd have to go all the capacity. Well, it's probably worth it. I think that's something that was screwing me over previously, was not having enough weight to dodge properly. Amulet, put that on. This has higher weight. Oh, this is going to also put me into heavy. It gives me better defenses around the board. Going to be better defenses as well, but you're heavy. Oh, I can rock one weapon though, and then I meet the mark. Put on our donkey mask. I could put on the whole donkey outfit. Very Bloodborne-esque. I'd be careful saying that. Some of these people will go rabid to hear it. They go, "Bah, bah, bah, bah." It's so weird to me too, the people that get upset that this took obvious inspiration from Bloodborne. Like, you should, you know, they say the sincerest form of adoration is the sincerest form of flattery is mimicry. Obvious. Bloodborne had a lot of inspiration in this game. If you're an actual Bloodborne fan, that should make you excited. Seeing people take the lessons that were learned in Bloodborne, that artistic style, that fighting style, and transform it into something new, something that is fresh and exciting. Very odd to me seeing people get upset about it. I think that's our final upgrade over there. God, that attack hit so hard. Well, that might actually get me to play with this build. That's the broken baby puppet.
No survivors here. What do we do? Just give her that baby puppet?
I love the oomph of this beating stick. It's very, very satisfying. Patience amulet. Oh, well, it's convenient. More than likely, I'll probably build it like that. So there's one more moonstone. I don't know where. I don't see it in the immediate vicinity, so to the boss we go. This is how we summon. Certain bosses are going to have that in front of them. But let's do the first one, no summon. Let's see what we can pull off with our one heal less. "25 minutes. We have 5 minutes to kill your ass." The Constable. Not his actual name. I just think it fits. off to a fantastic start. Struggle to dodge that, as you can see. Yeah, I really struggle to dodge that one. Unfortunately, the electricity doesn't go away. Ooh. But yeah, Legion builds are looking like they'll be pretty cool in this game. Get unique weapons that do. Besides electric, I'm also assuming fire and acid are archetypes based on the defenses that we have. And then besides that, obviously your Legion arm would affect your actual Legion arm, the ability to punch or puppet string or do whatever the case is. Not a bad first attempt. Well, technically not my first attempt. Technically, it's like my fourth or fifth, but use a star fragment. I don't know if we can farm these or not. This is where we're gonna kill you. Real damage him while he's tanking. Oh god, he grabbed me. Ooh. Man. I think I might have to dive under that. It was pretty close, though. I think if I focus on him more with the R1s as opposed to the heavies. Honestly, if I had something that the critical window is very small. Because if I had gotten off the critical hit there, I think that would have been a victory. But we're going to try again. We'll summon up our friend. I'm going to focus on more R1 attacks to the back. I think they build up the gauge faster as well. We'll try that out. I'm going to focus more on just spamming him down. Though I will say I don't think the weapon matters that much here. I don't think, even though he's electrified, I think my electric weapon is hitting just fine. I don't think that's something that we would really need to concern ourselves with on a playthrough, which is good. Ready for a crit if I can get it off. Nope. Oh, that was a grab. I thought it was a hit. Nope. Ah! Oh, man, I thought I had it. I don't know, maybe the heavy attacks were charging and doing more damage. It's hard to say. So I feel like my actual charge rate felt really low there. I was like, where is my super at? But we learned good things that attempt. I learned that his big dive slam thing, I can, in fact, parry them, which is huge. Honestly, I think if I was using the saber, and I put my upgrades into that, I think I would have beat him by now. I mean, I've already put your +2. It seems silly to swap weapons at this point, you know? I mean, I could have put it up to +1, but... Oh, so I can't use that on a weapon that already has the potential to electrify. feeling good about this one. Hey, we got him. The scrapped Watchman goes down. Core, quartz, overcharged battery, and something else. I will say when you defeat enemies, the amount of time that stuff stays on the screen, it's hard to even tell what you got. Like, because you begin reading through it, and then very quickly you have a pop-up and it's all gone. You're like, wait, what? It's definitely something I think they could improve. Leave stuff on screen a little bit longer. Even if you have to give me a prompt, because it's a boss, I would be completely fine with a prompt that's given for me to signify, like, yes, I've seen this. I don't need to see it anymore. And I believe that's about it for the demo. I think we're
done here, pal. Back to the hotel.
Yeah, that is it. So, it's been fun, though. This is definitely something that I can see myself doing at launch, based on an early experience with it. I think there's definitely walkthrough potential here. I don't think every Souls-like needs a walkthrough, but this is one that I could definitely see it being beneficial on. Mainly, the specific upgrades that you can grab that are limited. Talking about what weapons are going to combine best with others, how you should level your character. I think a walkthrough could certainly be helpful here, but we are going to wrap things up here for now. Hopefully you enjoyed the preview of Lies of P. Based on what they gave us for the demo, I mean, this is, like I said, this is looking like something that I would most definitely enjoy at launch. So I will put this on the docket as something that we can now expect in September based on the current time they've given us. But either way, thanks for tuning on in. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. And I hope you come back by for the proper series when it launches.